Good afternoon, Utopian Baseball Universe. This is Joey with your Sunday Utopian Baseball Universe report. Coming at you a little early today than expected because, unfortunately, we have a rainout. The Marlins and Rockies were rained out today. They're going to make that one up tomorrow afternoon. We're going to carry it right here on the network. So because of that, we're bringing this to you a little early today. We've got all your scores and highlights. At the end of the show today, we're going to reveal our three first-round trivia tournament matchups, the pairings, if you will, for that. So let's get to the scores first. We're going to start with the games hosted by the East Division. The Tigers beat the Nationals today 4-3. Miguel Cabrera with a 3-run homer in the first inning. Daniel Murphy had 3 hits and a run scored for the Nationals. This was Jack Morris over Steven Strasburg. Morris is 5-2 on the year. Strasburg falls to 4-5. Willie Hernandez with his 9th save for the Tigers. The Pirates completed a sweep in Baltimore today, winning 5-2. Al Oliver had 2 hits, including his 3rd homer of the year. Spanky LaValliere homered for the Pirates, his first. This was Smokey Joe Williams over Jim Palmer. Williams is now 6-2 on the year for the Pirates. Jim Palmer falls to 3-8. The White Sox, the top scoring team in the universe, another big day at the plate today. Winners at Yankee Stadium, 14-5. The Sox scored 10 runs in the 6th inning in this one. Yoan Moncada, 3 for 5, 4 RBIs. Shoeless Joe, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Oscar Charleston hit his 9th homer for the White Sox. And in 10 innings today, the Cubs beat the Mets 4-2. Tom Seaver giving up a 2-run homer to Sammy Sosa in the 10th. Sosa's 9th of the year. Tom Seaver takes his 8th loss, tying Jim Palmer for the most in the Utopian Baseball Universe. Cubs over the Mets 4-2. In Montreal today, a night after the Brewers put up 15 on TBS, they put an 11 spot up on the Expos today. 11-3 winners in Montreal are the Brewers. Bill Hall, 3 for 5, a single, triple, and a homer. 5 RBIs for Hall today. Mike Caldwell pitched the last 3 innings to get the win, and Steve Rogers took the loss. He's 3-7. The Blue Jays beat the Twins today 6-4. Marcus Stroman, 8 innings, 7 strikeouts. Carlos Delgado, 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base for the Blue Jays. Tony Oliva and Buck Leonard homering for the Twins. Big story actually out in Philadelphia. Steve Carlton, who, if you guys remember, threw the first no-hitter in Utopian Baseball Universe history last year on June 5th, had a no-hitter through 7 today. Gave up a leadoff single to Ken Griffey in the 8th. He ends up with a 1-hitter as the Phillies beat the Reds 2-0. Carlton's 6th win of the year. Bob Feller pitched 8 innings, struck out 5, but he takes the loss. He's now 5-4. And in 13 innings today, the Red Sox beat the Indians 5-3. Manny Ramirez hits 2 homers in this game, including a walk-off 2-run homer to end this one in the 13th as the Sox take Game 3 in that series versus Cleveland. Out west today, the Rangers beat the Padres 8-6. Rafi Palmeiro hit 2 homers in this game, 5 RBIs, including the go-ahead 3-run homer in the 9th as the Rangers beat the Padres. Big day at the plate for the Mariners, beating the Astros 15-3. Richie Sexton had 4 RBIs. Jay Buhner homered for the Mariners. Lance Berkman homered for the Astros. Trevor Bauer gets the win. He's 4-6. J.R. Richard takes the loss. He's 5-5. Again, that Marlins Rockies game in Denver has been called due to rain. That will be seen here on the UBU network tomorrow. That'll be our Xbox stream tomorrow, as we could not get that one in today. That'll be Dontrell Willis versus Rube Foster tomorrow, so that should be a great pitching matchup. And then tonight on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, we've got Tampa Bay at Arizona. That's going to be Randy Johnson against David Price. Should be another good one tonight. Dodgers complete the sweep against the Bulls, 9-8 in LA. Gio Urshela tied this game with a 3-run homer in the 9th for the Bulls. But in the 12th, Will Smith had a pinch hit RBI single to win it for the Dodgers. Ron Cey in this game with a grand slam in the 2nd inning for the Dodgers with a big sweep against the Bulls. The Braves beat the Angels today 4-1. Hank Aaron hit 2 homers. He is now tied for the league lead. Remember, he had a really slow start to the season. He's now tied with several other players with 11 homers as he hits 2 today. Of course, he led the league last year with 38. Let's see if he can continue this pace. The A's were winners today in Oakland, 5-4. Jimmy Fox with a go-ahead RBI single in the 8th. Sean Murphy with a 2-run double for the A's. Jason Isringhausen wins his first. Greg Holland takes the loss. He's 1-2. Dennis Eckersley with his 7th save for the A's. And the Giants sweeping the Cardinals this weekend. Big winners today, 10-4. Buster Posey, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Enos Slaughter hit a pair of solo homers for the Cardinals as Christy Mathewson improves to 6-2. Bob Gibson takes the loss. He's 5-4. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk about the trivia tournament. So last year, in year 1 of the Utopian Baseball Universe, we had an 8-person tournament. I forget when we started it. I want to say we started it in late October, early November, I want to say. And I think we finished it right around the Super Bowl. It was 7 games. Let's see if by memory I can remember who played. J.D. Schloss won it. Beat Mitch Nellis in the final. Andrew Pfeffer competed. Justin Pfeffer competed. Greg Maternowski. Mark Marinello. Armin. And I forget the 8th person. I apologize for that. But it's coming back. We had a lot of interest for this year. We have 21 participants. I put a poll up about a month ago. So we have 21 participants. The format is going to be different this year. And we'll have more information on the format of the actual games when we get there. But instead of this being a single elimination, what we're going to do is in the first round, we're going to go from 21 to 6 after 3 shows. So we're going to have 3 shows of 7. The top 2 scoring participants will advance to the semifinals in each of those games. And then when we get to the semifinals, we'll have 2 games of 3. And then we'll have a one-on-one championship. So we're going to have 6 shows total. 1 less show than last year, but 13 more participants. Now, these are going to be the pairings for the weeks. Now, if let's say we schedule game 1 and someone backs out, then it'll on a first come first serve basis. We'll try to fill that, but we're not going to have more than 21 people in the tournament. We're going to keep it at this 21. If anyone has joined the group since that poll came up and wants to participate in the future, we're going to do this again in the off season. We're going to try to do, going forward, we're going to try to do maybe 2 of these a year. So we had an off season one, an in season one this year. We'll do an off season one in December or so. So with that being said, let's get to the pairings, and I will post how I came up with these. I had everyone listed within the group, and then I used the same random number shuffler to determine the pairings. I'll show you that. I'll post that to the group after, but this will be the Game 1 participants. We actually have 3 members of last year's tournament in Game 1, so that should be interesting because only 2 can advance. Last year's champion, J.D. Schloss, will essentially defend his championship against Andrew Pfeffer, Greg Fokker, Mike Carminati, Patrick Michael, Glenn Jordan, and Nate Brown. Those are our Game 1 participants. I will reach out to all 7 of you in the next couple weeks. We'll figure out a night that works for everyone. It'll be in July. That's Game 1. 2 of these 7 people will advance to the semifinals. In Game 2, we've got Brett Bamford, Jamie Howell, Jeff Turner, Daniel Schwartz, Tim Garrity, Mikey Oxendine, and Greg Harp. So 2 of these 7 will advance to the semifinals. And then our last first round game will be Mitch Nellis, Kayla Nicole, David Rubin, Dave Irwin, Dan Butler, Bert Zietler, and Al Harvey. So those are our Game 3 participants. Again, 2 of those 7 will advance to the semifinals. Again, if any of these 21 participants changes their mind or backs out, we will try to fill them with anyone else that's interested. If we can't, it's fine. We can do 6 participants, but we're not going to go above 7 for each game. So these are the 21. Again, if anyone else is interested, we're going to do this again in December. The winner of this tournament is going to win a $50 gift card of their choosing. Last year's winners, we had prizes for each show, and I'm out of books to give away. So we're going to have 1 winner this year that's going to win a $50 gift card. Very much looking forward to this. More details about how the games will be played as we get closer. That format will change as well, especially in the first couple rounds. So there you have it, folks. Sorry that we could not present Marlins and Rockies for you today. That'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, before the streaming of that game, we'll get you a preview of the next 4 days, plus the updated power rankings. So that'll be tomorrow. So basically a triple header of content tomorrow. We're going to have the power rankings. We're going to have Marlins at Rockies for you, and then the Utopian Baseball Universe report tomorrow night. So that's all I have. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow.